Hello, I'm Jason Swift. I'm here to talk to you about a product that has meant so much to me, and I know it has to you as well. 60 years ago, no one would have ever believed that just one product could unleash so much creativity, paint and wallpaper so many surfaces, and create so many unique and downright awkward holiday traditions. It's really going to be a challenge keeping track of all the things that this product has done for us over the years, but I'm certainly going to try. So join me, won't you, as we celebrate the 60th anniversary of your favorite product in mine, the Gayle-O-Matic.
Hi, my name is Renee Murphy. I can wholeheartedly attest to the genuine quality of the Gayle-O-Matic. I've personally experienced the Gayle-O-Matic for 30 years now. I can honestly say that if it weren't for the Gayle-O-Matic, I wouldn't even exist. Let me show you the special mom mode that you can get in the Mom-O-Matic edition. You just simply flip this switch like so. The Mom-O-Matic not only has helped me overcome personal hurdles, but it also provides me as a constant companion on those days when I just need to talk to something, anything. The Mom-O-Matic is always ready to make over a room with paint and decor. So when me and my husband purchased our home last year, the Mom-O-Matic flipped our entire house in less than 2 days. Almost every room had the beautiful paint color of gray beige. I love my Mom-O-Matic. There's none like it out there. Truthfully, I trust the Mom-O-Matic to take care of pretty much everything. Well, except my makeup.
We love our Gayle-O-Matic.
Welcome to the Swift Industries Testing Facility A. I am Dr. Peiniger, and this is my assistant. Unit 1, aka the Gayle-O-Matic, has been in testing for 60 years. Normally, a unit would leave the test phase long before it hits the market, but there's a particular anomaly that no amount of scientific reasoning can explain. Every Gayle-O-Matic device has a unit called the Giggle Box. It's a crafty little piece of technology that keeps the unit running long after other systems shut down. If something happens to damage the Gayle-O-Matic, the Giggle Box triggers a reboot. This sound indicates a system reset. Thank you. We first noticed something odd when testing began. Naturally, we started with a standard straight pin test, in which straight pins were inserted into the Gayle-O-Matic. Upon removal of the pins, our team discovered that the Giggle Box was not only intact, but repaired the rest of the unit entirely. We began rigorous testing. To date, the Gayle-O-Matic has been sliced, electrocuted, scorched, hammered, submerged in water, and crushed. And yet, the Gigglebox remains intact. We still struggle to explain why and how the Gigglebox continues to keep the Gayle-O-Matic full of positive energy despite many tests. But one thing's for certain. Those who own a Gayle-O-Matic will only ever need one. Though prone to overheating, this brilliant appliance does the work of 12, while energizing other appliances in its vicinity. No home or family is complete without one.
So I'm here at my workspace and I am trying to figure out what color I should get for the Gayle-O-Matic. I'm putting it on my Christmas list, and the cool thing is it comes in absolutely any color. And when you have limitless possibilities, it's sometimes so hard to make a decision. But I do know that Benjamin Moore has this salmon peach that's like the color of the year, and I am thinking about getting my Gayle-O-Matic in this color. I don't know if I can. I also like this pale turquoisey blue.
Hello, I'm Jennifer and I'm an esthetician. This is my Gayle-O-Matic. I'm going to teach you how to keep a Gayle-O-Matic shiny. This one is 60 years old, and look how beautiful and shiny she is. First, you want to protect the Gayle-O-Matic's hair, and then you want to turn her off so she can relax. Because sometimes the Gayle-O-Matic doesn't relax until you turn her off. You want to remove the tape from the forehead that keeps the creases to continue not to come up her forehead. You want to cover the eyes. Never use chemical peels on the Gayle-O-Matic. It might cause erosion. Cover the eyes. Let the steam steam. I'm going to lay her back. She's going to roll a little bit because she is off. Play some spa music. And just let it steam. About 5 minutes maybe. Let it sit. Turn it this way so you can see her a little bit. Please. See how she's getting all sweaty? You might want to turn this off. Gayle-O-Matic sometimes gets overheated, and that is not good. I'm going to let it cool off. Simple as that, folks. As simple as that. Gayle-O-Matic is something else. She's naturally beautiful when you take care of her. And she's on again.
Today, with your very own purchase of the Gayle-O-Matic, we will throw in this protective case. The Gayle-O-Matic is afraid of dogs, so we can help protect the Gayle-O-Matic from any dogs that would come by and cause her to be disturbed. As you can see, she's just fine under that protective case.
As part of the 60th anniversary celebration, we're happy to present you with this exclusive interview with the engineering and development team responsible for bringing the Gayle-O-Matic into the world.
Well, it was a real tough thing because we had a problem, and we wanted a Gayle-O-Matic, but it took us some time. But finally, we were fooling around one night, and I guess that did it, because that's what brought it about.
Oh, Harlan, stop it. From my perspective, it was an exciting evening when Harlan came home with a $1 million policy that he had sold. And it was a 9-month project getting the Gayle-O-Matic ready for the...
I guess it was a real labor of love. I'll concede that. There's no doubt about it, you know.
I don't think you should think of it as a labor.
Can you tell us about what it was like during the early years?
Well, I can tell her. Do you want to
Go ahead.
Go, okay. Actually, during the early years, one time we had to take a Gayle-O-Matic to a mechanic because there was a part inside her here that was going to cause trouble. And so they had to remove that, and she was all right. But it scared us for a while. We'd look at each other over the kitchen table, and we would just worry and worry. But she was all right, or it was all right, Gayle-O-Matic.
It was hard on me seeing her at the bedroom door asking to come to bed with us. But in the morning, we would let her.
Yeah, well, Gayle-O-Matic as a product, I can think of words like integrity, I can think of dependability, I can think of honesty, I can think of cheerfulness, helpfulness. Oh, there's so many adjectives that I could add, and I recommend her. I recommend that product, by the way.
How early did you start to notice just how incredibly popular the Gayle-O-Matic would be?
You take that.
Well, the harder the situation she got through, the more concerned she was for others, and the more others loved her.
Actually, we noticed right away she had a gift of teaching as well. When she was in the 7th and 8th grade, she converted our garage into a schoolhouse, and neighborhood kids and even people would drop their children off to be taught. It was like a vacation Bible school, and she had that for a long time, and she gained a lot of popularity that way. And another thing is, when she would go to babysit, she would take tapes and games, and she developed a real reputation for being a top-notch babysitter. And actually, people would be really disheartened when she decided, like in her junior or senior year in high school, she wasn't going to do it anymore. So Gayle-O-Matic, the product Gayle-O-Matic is something else.
So it holds up well, even it's 1950s technology, but it still is useful, and it's has stood the test of time, would you say?
That's why I recommend it, right?
Gayle-O-Matic, it's been so great to spend the day with you. I should really get going though. Do you know what the weather's like outside so I can know if I need to wear a jacket?
Let me check my thermometer. Today will be 67 degrees and partly cloudy. There is a 10% chance of rain and 9-mile-per-hour winds from the northeast. Perfect weather for flying.
Wow, that's great. Well, thanks so much for all that detailed weather reports. Do I need anything from you before I go home? Wow, a lasagna? Gayle-O-Matic, thank you so much. I love your lasagna. I can't wait to eat it. That is such a great help. Thank you so much. 2 lasagnas. Wow, that's more than I could ask for. That's more than I need. Thank you so much, Gayle-O-Matic. I really can't thank you enough. 3 lasagnas. I don't know how you made that, because you've been sitting here talking with me the whole time, but thank you so much. I should really get going. I don't need much more. Oh my gosh, 4 lasagnas. Gayle-O-Matic, that's crazy. I don't know how you're making all these. Did you pre-make them or something? I don't need all these. Holy lasagnas. 5 lasagnas, Gayle-O-Matic?
Mindy, lasagnas are not holy.
Well, I don't know how am I going to eat all of these?
Freeze it. Freeze it. Freeze it. Freeze it. Freeze it. Freeze it. Freeze everything. Freeze and reheat.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, I'll have to do that.
Freeze it. Freeze it. Freeze it. Freeze it.
Okay, I'll freeze it, Gayle-O-Matic. Don't worry. I just don't understand, how are you making all of these? How can you make 5 lasagnas?
I have the capacity to produce 11 lasagnas every 3 seconds.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that was humanly possible or physically possible. Thank you so much, Gayle-O-Matic. I love you.
I love you too.
Well, I guess I'll take my 5 lasagnas and go home.
6. There's one in the oven.
The Gayle-O-Matic's actually a pretty good driver, definitely safe. In 40 years, she's never gotten in an accident, and she brags about it all the time. But overall, it's a pretty good experience. There are some drawbacks. You can't ever get the Gayle-O-Matic to drive over 5 miles per hour over the speed limit, which can be discouraging, to say the least. But that's not so bad. You still get where you're going. Another drawback is the music situation. Her sound system only accepts cassette tapes, which wouldn't be awful. There's a lot of music that's been put on cassette, but she only has GT and Don Francisco, so it's a pretty limited selection. But you can handle it. You know, it's not all that bad. One interesting thing about the Gayle-O-Matic and her driving is that you would think as a robot she would take gas or oil to keep up her driving, but she actually takes peanut M&Ms every 15 minutes. And if you don't have those, she won't be able to get you anywhere. She'll just shut down, sort of like falling asleep. But besides that, the only problem is if something dangerous happens, she occasionally, it sounds like she's swearing occasionally. Maybe she says otherwise, but whoa!
Oh, Jesus. Thank you for keeping us safe, Lord. Amen.
So yeah, she turns it into a prayer like that. But you know, overall, I really like the Gayle-O-Matic when it comes to driving, and all sorts of things. She's really been like a mother to me.
Gayle, I need you. Please come back, my Gayle-O-Matic.
Go! Oh! Okay. I can't. Okay. Leave it.
So I guess we're making this video because
we finally just escaped. We're in the car. The Gayle-O-Matic has taken over the entire household.
it's something we never expected. It's been such a good experience, and not that it isn't. It's just
we're kind of in shock right now. I've never been kicked out of my own house. I don't really know what that means.
We've lost control.
The Gayle-O-Matic has taken over the kitchen, recocked the entire bathroom, is also babysitting at the same time our children.
They're perfect. It's not a problem.
We've just never been taken care of this well, and it's a little bewildering. The Gayle-O-Matic actually forced us out of the house. We're now in the car, and I believe this is what's called a date night.
I think she cleaned this one already. Date night. Yes, date night. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. This is supposedly what a date night is, which is new for us. So we're thank you to the Gayle-O-Matic is wonderful. It's really a great experience.
It's kind of shocking. A lot to handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speechless.
Pretty much.
Hey, just wanted to make a note to myself. I was driving down the road and I saw a sign for Gayle-O-Matics, and went in and talked to the salesman. It sounds like it's a remarkable product. Unfortunately, they don't have any in stock right now. They said the manufacturer was going to send them a few, and they wanted to, advertise before they got it in. So he described the product. He said it is capable of real long hours of work, 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night. Does a variety of different things, and which really impressed me. Typically completes jobs in a timely fashion, which is very important for my home, given the fact that I do have projects that are days old, weeks old, and even years old. But needless to say, I wanted to, I talked a little bit more about the product, and it turns out that it also talks while it's working. And I asked, how loud is that? Can I turn the volume down? They said, you will not want to. It's extremely interesting conversations all across the gamut of topics. And then the salesman noted you can even ask it questions. And what's amazing about this is it will respond in a very thoughtful, compassionate, and caring manner, which for a product I'm very intrigued by. Needless to say, it actually follows up after a couple days and asks how you're doing or what you thought of that, and actually enters into a dialogue with you. So I'm just really excited about this. I did say, I did ask them, when are you going to get this in? They said, well, they're trying to find the manufacturer of the Gayle-O-Matic that was produced, because it's the Gayle-O-Matic itself that will help them to determine how they can reproduce the Gayle-O-Matic. The Gayle-O-Matic will come up with ideas, time constraints and other things. It sounds very interesting for other areas of married life, if you know what I mean. The Gayle-O-Matic is typical of things like that, predicting sort of certain things, whatever. Let's not get into it. Hey, so don't forget the Gayle-O-Matic when it does come out. Don't forget to buy it and have it around as much as possible. I would love to have one in our house. Over and out.